I'm sure each of you have heard of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. People with this disorder may have trouble paying attention, responding to details, completing tasks, following directions, and talking excessively. To treat this disorder, doctors prescribe the troubled patients stimulant drugs such as dextroamphetamine, or better known as its brand name, Adderall. This drug is a central nervous system stimulant that affects chemicals in the brain and also the nerves that have to do with hyperactivity and impulse control. Over the years, college students have been using this prescription medication either by taking it illegally or acting as if they have ADHD to get a prescription, in order to increase their ability to stay focused on studying or doing schoolwork. The overall reason being to stay alert. The number of students who use this medication is steadily increasing, including the number of students who take it illegally. Abusing this medication can be very dangerous and harmful if it's not used properly. Adderall abuse can lead to dependency on the drug and addiction. Because it's overlooked and often ignored, students are putting themselves at a high risk of becoming addicted to these sort of drugs. In order to decrease the amount of students on this drug, we must push for more education on college campuses about the abuse and harms of stimulant drugs. Today I'm going to address and explain how big the problem is, who is most likely impacted by the issue, and why each of you should be concerned about the issue. First of all, let's look at how big the problem is. As a college student, I have been around many friends and classmates who have used this prescription called Adderall to enhance their ability to complete the task that they need to do. Many of them have prescriptions for Adderall. Many of them don't have ADHD. They simply go to the doctor, pretend like they can't focus, and get a prescription. As a pharmacy technician, I get to see all of these prescriptions for Adderall and the drugs that are similar to it. A majority of the prescriptions are for young adults. Over the past year, I have seen an increase in prescriptions that are for young adults, whether they are new or old patients to the pharmacy. Before researching the topic, I didn't realize that this was a problem in the whole world, in the United States. On college campuses across the country, people have been using Adderall and other stimulants to help them stay awake and focus for studying and taking tests. Adderall has been reported to be used as a study drug in many universities across the U.S. It has been reported that Adderall helps focus energy and concentration to a much higher level than the norm. In 2001, the Harvard School of Public Health conducted a survey that the results showed that 4% of the students had taken a stimulant medication without prescription in the previous year. 6.9% reported to have a lifetime non-medical use of prescription stimulants, and up to 25% reported to have used an ADHD drug non-medically within that year. In 2004, another study was conducted at the University of Wisconsin that showed 14% of people on the campus had used a form of ADHD drug, which includes Adderall. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health from 2002 to 2009, there was net increases from 5.5 to 6.3% of young adults past month non-medical use of psychotherapeutic drugs, which includes stimulants. All of these statistics show that the use of ADHD stimulants, including Adderall, are steadily increasing within college students. Now that you have learned how big the problem is, now let's look at who is affected by this growing issue. The most predominant group being affected is full-time college students. According to the National Survey on Drug and Health conducted in 2009, 7% of full-time college students use Adderall illegally. Among people from the age of 18 to 22, full-time college students were twice as likely to use the drug non-medically in the past year as those who had not been enrolled in school at all or who were just part-time students. It is also known that Adderall is more popular among students that are at more competitive colleges and four-year colleges. As you may know, there's a lot of pressure being a full-time student. There are many assignments, homework, and studying to do, and if you have a job and it puts you even under more pressure to get things done. So you can easily see why drugs like this seem very attractive to a college student. In order to understand how the students are affected, you should know the side effects that are gained from taking these sort of medications and what the misuse of medications can cause. Side effects of Adderall usage and abuse include chronic headaches or migraines, a loss of appetite, nervousness, dry mouth, high blood pressure, depression, anorexia, chronic thirst, the development of sleeping disorders or generalized difficulty sleeping, pain in the stomach, unexplained weight loss, mood swings or other emotional changes, sudden dizziness or fainting, feeling of weakness or tiredness, a sudden spike in heart rate, a higher risk of infections, unexplained fevers, and heartburn. Since this drug has a powerful effect of causing blood pressure to increase, it carries a sudden risk of death, stroke, and heart attack. This shows that Adderall can be very harmful to people who misuse it. It is known that the students with an Adderall prescription give away their pills or sell them to other students and friends, meaning that this drug can be accessed a lot easier. With easy access to this drug, more people are becoming affected by it. If we do not do anything about this now, it could hurt and destroy our own children in the future, which in return can cause an emotional and possibly physical hurt in a parent. Now that you have a better understanding on the issue, I will lead you to my last point, why this should concern us. Adderall is a Class II drug, meaning that it has a high potential for abuse and dependency. A person may become dependent on this drug by believing that they cannot function without it. In an article about the spread of Adderall on the University of Wisconsin campuses, the author talks about a girl who developed a dependency on Adderall. Because of her dependency on Adderall, she began overusing it. She ended up in the hospital with an overdose. This shows us that it is easy to become dependent and addicted to Adderall. Students believe that this drug is the key to their success in college, but they ignore the problems and serious outcomes they get from using it. You should be concerned about this because it could eventually hurt the people whom you love. It can ruin a person and possibly the society in which we live in today if something is not done about this growing problem. In conclusion, Adderall is a drug that is misused and abused by college students because of its performance-enhancing qualities. Adderall is becoming more and more popular among college students. This issue not only affects students, but everyone around them too. The reason why you should be concerned about this issue is because abuse of this drug can ruin the people and loved ones around us. We do not want the people around us to become addicted and dependent to these prescription medications. We must quit ignoring this issue and push for decreasing the amount of stimulant abuse on college campuses.
That was good.